What's the word? What's the word? Welcome to another episode of What's the Word podcast. Your boy Dykeman Drew.
Bob Bayless, aka Fuck Outta Here. What's good, big homie?
I got my guys back by popular demand. My man Left and my man G. What's good?
What's good, fellas? Thanks for having me, man.
What's good? What's good?
You already know, man. We discussing top 5 NBA ball players at each position. So that's the vibe for tonight. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see where everybody's at with it and see how this goes. And then I got something I want to talk about with y'all after we discuss this. So we go at the one. We go to point guard. Who you got at the one, Left?
I got Isaiah Thomas, Detroit Pistons. I know he's old school, but listen, his left to right handle. They compare Kyrie to him. Clutch championship, first small guard to get a championship without a real big. Shout out to Gio. You know what I mean? And he held it down, leader, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I got Isaiah Thomas.
He started some shit already.
Shout out to Gio.
My man, backdrop Left.
Gotham City, Batman. Let's go. Yo, shout out to Gio, man. Word up. Who you got at the one, Crack?
I'm starting to see every day, all day, no question with Magic Johnson, man.
Yeah.
To me, there's no question he's the best ever. To me, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yep. Magic did it. He's just a winner. Won in college, high school, 9 finals, 6'9", vision, imagination, heart, charisma. Like, who else would you want to give your franchise to? It's like he's top 5 all time, top 3. So it's just Magic. I'm giving Magic the basketball, no matter who I'm playing with. If I'm playing with goons, if I got goons, if I got shooters, if I got a dream team, I'm giving Magic the basketball no matter what. I know that my team is going to win games.
Got you. Magic Johnson. I got Magic Johnson as well. Like, to me, he was just like something that changed basketball for me, because I thought like every tall person had to do like post moves, hook shots, and then I see this dude 6'9", running, looking one way, passing the other way. I was like, yo, that's different. You know what I mean? Like, he made me look at basketball in a different perspective. He made it like fun, because I just always saw basketball as such a structured sport. Screen, pick and roll, bounce pass, chest pass. Like, Magic brought a different flair to the game to me, as did Isaiah Thomas with his handle. But Isaiah Thomas was, to me, more a typical at size point guard. Like, the small players weren't getting buckets how Isaiah was getting buckets. So that's what made Isaiah different to me. But the 6'9" dudes weren't playing the one either. You know what I mean? So I got Magic Johnson at the one. Who you got, Bob?
That's some bunch of old heads over there picking Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas. And that niggas is old. Yeah. I'm waiting for one of y'all to hit me with, more of a Steph Curry maybe. But I respect it though. I respect it. Those are great picks. But on my end, I'm gonna go with Chris Paul, man. I've seen Chris Paul play since college, and a lot of people didn't see or didn't pay attention to him more in college like they do in the league. And that kid was a problem in college, yo. I remember my junior year playing in Stony Brook, we had a new coach. Well, actually, my senior, we had a new coach by the name of Steve Pike. He's the head coach right now at Rutgers. And when he came in, he was telling me he was actually the assistant coach for George Washington the year before, and they were number 8 in the country. And they played against Chris Paul and Wake Forest in the dance. And literally, he was telling me, he was explaining Chris Paul, you know, the airplane dudes when they the dudes that direct the planes with the two. He was like, yo, that's pretty much what they used to do with Chris Paul. That was a scouting report. Get out the
Gotcha.
way. He would get the ball, 2 dribbles, make a play, either layup. Yo, that kid was something else. But anyway, just you already know the stats are there. You know, pretty much average almost a triple double his whole career. And he makes everybody better around him. What more can you ask for? You know what I mean? And he's still young. He's still going. You know, late in his career, and he still got some. So let's see. But that's what I grew up with, and that's what I'm immune to. That type of thing.
Got you. G, who you got at the 2?
At the 2, I don't think it's any question. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Best basketball player all time.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory. There's no 2 better than him ever. It's not even close. That's, in my opinion, that's the only position that can't be disputed. In my opinion. I mean,
Absolutely.
Michael Jordan is the best 2 guard ever, then there's something wrong with you. In my opinion. Hey, if you're my age, especially.
Yeah.
If you're over 38 years old and you think somebody else is better than Michael Jordan at the 2 guard, then it's a lot of hate.
Got you. Twin, who you got at the 2?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? One of the few things that me and G was gonna agree on.
Okay.
MJ, you know, Michael Jeffrey Jordan got called that man his all 3 names. You know what I'm saying? He did it. So MJ can't say nothing more
You turned
than that.
Jordan into a first name.
Word up, yo. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. I mean, me, I go, you know me. Michael Jordan is simple. Case closed. I ain't really got to talk about that, but it's bad. Like, let me see what's up with Bob Bayless.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe. Okay.
Kobe Bryant. I'm picking Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant and Michael. That's they same play, same game, game. One chip off. Plays just like Mike.
Except that one copied the other.
Right, because that's just because he was just born after him. He's a younger version of Mike. So you can't go wrong with whether you pick Mike or Kobe. Like a lot of people be like, yo, who's your top 3 all time? Mike, Kobe. Nah, they're the same. You got to pair them up. The only reason Mike is separated is because he did it first. It's all about error.
No, Mike was more athletic.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe a tiny bit.
The numbers say he was a better shooter. Kobe shot 44%, Mike 50%. No.
Kobe shot a lot more 3s though. Kobe got a way better jump shot.
And Kobe spent a lot more years in the league too.
That's all he got on him. To me, is the range on his jump.
Mike wasn't more athletic than Kobe.
I don't know. I think to me that's No,
it's not even close.
Mike was way more athletic than Kobe.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agree. It's not even a question. It's not even a question.
Well, yeah. He was doing shit different. Yeah, absolutely. He was doing shit different.
I think Mike was more athletic and is not even thinking about the hang time or just how high he jumped. It was just his movement was more fluid. It was more natural. Kobe, it looked more mechanical compared to Mike.
Got you.
Because he tried to duplicate it. I don't think there's any question that Mike was more fluid.
Let me ask you a question. Kobe got it done though, right?
Kobe got it done, but not at the high usage rate that Mike did. Mike shot 49.9% for his like 50%. Kobe's at 44. Like, I mean, like, it's the difference of how you did it. Yeah. He did it. Right, Carmelo and LeBron, we argue this all the time. Who's the better scorer? Of course, Carmelo looked nicer, but LeBron has always been more efficient and put up the same type of numbers. Was Melo nicer? Does he look nicer doing what he do? Yes, but LeBron is more efficient, and his robotic way gets it done. 27 a game for his life. More than Melo. But why Melo looks nicer. Melo's a better scorer, more skilled than LeBron. But LeBron put the same numbers up, better numbers.
But that's my point, though. Like, I'm not looking for nice. I'm not looking for. I'm not looking for how he did it. He got it done. You know what I mean? He did exactly what Jordan did, just but one chip off.
Oh, Mike shot 6. Mike was a better free throw shooter, a better field goal shooter, and a bigger chuck than him. Mike took more shots for his 14 years than Kobe did for his first 14.
Yeah, Kobe had Shaq.
50%. Mike shot 50% for his life. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Like, all these top scorers.
No, you're speaking in terms of stats. I'm speaking in terms of
percentage. No, all these dudes shooting low percentage. My favorite stat in the NBA is the 40-90-50. That's my favorite stat.
Yeah.
Those guys to me are the best shooters all the time. And I to me, Steve Nash, Steph Curry, KD, Dirk, Larry, like these dudes make shots at every level. Plus, they take shots. Like, we're not going to talk about dudes that don't take shots. These dudes get the ball and actually get shots. 20 game, 18, 21, and these dudes could really shoot it. Layup, mid-range, three-point range. These dudes could really shoot it. I think that's the best stat ever. Like, everyone you talk about shooters, as far as dudes that take shots. I don't know if Middleton did it this year, but I would hate that Middleton would be in that category. I would hate to ever put Middleton in that category. It's so exclusive. Steve Nash, that boy was Steve Nash was different. Curry, Dirk, KD, Larry Bird. Boy, and these dudes took shots. It's not like they regular dudes who took 10 shots a game, 8 shots a game. No, these dudes they get it done for us.
No, absolutely. Yeah. For sure.
Different.
All right. So just for the sake of argument, let me just get at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe. Niggas always want to bring up Kobe. Yeah, he got it done, but he lost a chip. Mike never lost a chip.
He lost 2 chips.
He lost 2.
Been better than Mike.
He lost
the one to Detroit. And that was all on him. The one to Detroit.
Kobe,
play more season.
Kobe could have been better than Mike if he would have gone 7-0. LeBron would have hands down be the best if he would have gone 9-0 in the chip. But niggas can't do that. Mike did, and that's what separates them on how they did it. Mike didn't lose and didn't go to no 7 games and got MVP in all 6. Like, fam.
No. And even without that, Mike is better than him. Even without that, Mike is better than him. And
Gio, for your 50, 40, 90, it wasn't only Middleton that was a regular nigga that did it. Malcolm Baldrick, the Indiana Pacer dude, did it too, dogs.
I don't know. We gotta look that up. I disagree. We gotta look that up.
Look it up, fam.
Yeah, because I didn't know that. And if he did, then I would hate to put him in that category too. Because
I just wanted to call you out that you forgot one, nigga. Get your shit straight.
No, but these dudes don't take
checking niggas, B.
But Lefty, these dudes don't take shots though. These dudes don't take 20 shots a game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these dudes, they do it. They do it taking 10, taking 8, but not taking the 20 shots that the Dirk and the Nash and the Steph and these dudes take.
Listen, Malcolm did it. I don't care how he did it.
I didn't know
that. The point. He got it done.
I didn't know that. And if he did, then I would hate to put him in that category. Then that means less to me in this NBA now.
It's not it.
If them two did it, then it means less to me. I gotta find another stat that's prestigious. Because that's not prestigious no more. Middleton and Brogdon. Oh man. Like that's not prestigious stat no more. But I'm sure they took less than 10 shots. Middleton took a little bit more. And I would respect it, but you know, it's not before this year, then before them two bums, regular dudes did it, then yeah.
Got you. So you got Kobe at the 2, right, Bob?
All the way.
All right, Left. Who you got at the 3?
LeBron, the king. That's another solid MJ pick. There's no question. If anybody else on this panel doesn't pick the king, they wildin'.
Fuck out of here.
All right.
Who you got, G?
Listen,
Larry Bird or LeBron? Go ahead, G.
I be thinking about putting LeBron at the 4 sometimes, like, you know, in my starting 5. But that's the way I be thinking. You know what I mean? Because I need shooters. I really got Magic. I got Mike. Like, well, it's gonna be my 3-point shooter in this NBA. But how can you go against LeBron, man? Like,
Yeah.
it's difficult to go against LeBron. I gotta go LeBron.
What? You said it's difficult.
LeBron's the best 3 ever, man.
We're picking the best. I thought it was the top 3. Your top 3. So like this is your number 1 for small.
This is my number 1.
No, I'm asking Drew. That's what it is, right? That's just to stay on the top.
Who you got? Whoever you got at the position that you saw play basketball, the best at that position.
Because I wasn't gonna put him in order.
No, I'm putting them in order right now. I'm putting them in order. Young blood, like Chris Paul wouldn't even make my top 5 point guards all time.
He wouldn't.
I hope he gets to do 5. That's what I thought he was going to do. 5. How Chris Paul going to be my top 5? Come on, I didn't want to blow it up. Like I see 5 better than Chris Paul.
Who messing with Chris Paul right now? Who messing with Chris Paul right now?
I'm talking about going deep into the playoffs. The deeper you go, the better you are to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I seen 5. I've seen 5. I've seen 2-time MVPs. Seen point guards take 2. Listen, Penny Hardaway, top 3 to me all time, but Penny ain't get to do it for too long. So out of respect for him, I couldn't put him on no list. But Penny Hardaway better than all of them. Penny Hardaway, not only ones he's not better than is Magic and Isaiah. Only one.
What?
Like Penny his prime better than all these boys now. They're all of them.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Penny, little Penny, you crazy?
That's a fact.
Crazy. Penny better than all these dudes. 6, 7, do
all
anything I want to do.
All of them.
You lucky
all
he got you. You lucky.
Like he really ran the point.
You crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You crazy.
Yeah.
Penny, only was he not better than, and because I is out of respect for Isaiah and for and not only is Chris and Chris Paul, and like even John Stockton not in my top 5 that I've ever seen.
Not me either.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Penny went all the way to the chip and lost.
It don't matter.
You going off a finesse or you going off a winning?
Penny did that his 2nd year. Penny was hurt by his 3rd. When Shaq,
you just said you go with you just said you go with the player that goes deep into the playoffs.
Okay, but I wouldn't
or wins or whatever you said.
I wouldn't put Penny on that list. I'm just talking about dudes being in their prime. Like,
so you're saying you pick Penny over Chris Paul?
Or before Chris Paul, before Nash, before Kidd, before all of them. If I wouldn't put them in the top 5, like I said. But
so Jalen Rose in
there. Prime, give me Penny Hardaway in his first 3 years in the NBA over anybody I just named first 3 years in the NBA. Give me Penny.
Yeah.
Give me Penny. And now if I calculate him play for 12, 13 years, then he's top 3 point guards I've ever seen. If he doesn't get injured, of course not. But while he was healthy, none of these dudes I named is better than Penny Hardaway.
Nah.
Not Jason, not Nash, not Chris Paul, none of them. I respect Isaiah Thomas. Out of respect, 2 rings, he did it forever in a different NBA where his type of game, because he brought the streets to the NBA, won in college with the street game. No matter what you say, had a jump shot. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta respect Isaiah. He won in a different era. He won in the era where there was bullies and he got away with it as a little dude. You gotta respect it. So I can't put him. But as far as I see with my eyes, Penny Hardaway, top 3 point guards ever.
Penny
just do it. I gotta put Vince in the top 5, 2 guards, like
Vince Carter.
Vince 8 years for 9 years, or who nicer than Vince? Went to a conference finals, like who nicer? As far as what you've seen, like wouldn't you want to be Vince? Maybe 5 shooting guards that you wouldn't want that you pick before Vince.
D-Wade, Kobe.
Oh no, of course. But I'm saying like the dudes I would leave out, like a Ray Allen or Reggie Miller.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like who you would rather be? Whose game would you rather have?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? T-Mac at the 3. Now he gotta have a spot somewhere of consideration. T-Mac got 4 scoring titles. You've seen the boy was different.
couldn't win though.
Yeah.
No, they couldn't win, but we talking about like who you
Winning.
seen, like
That we saw.
like
Yeah, that we
wow,
saw.
ooh,
Yeah,
like you know, this is amazing. Like
yeah, not
put the
accolades.
wins
Facts.
aside. We gonna put the wins aside. If you win, like you 1 and 2, T-Mac don't make a list because of that reason.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
Like,
absolutely. Nah,
maybe
T-Mac was
Carmelo
there
don't
nice.
make a list. Maybe Carmelo don't make a list. Where a nigga like Kawhi might. You know what I'm saying? Like, feel me? Like, because you see him doing the playoffs under pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. At the 3, I got Braun, man. I had Larry Bird for a long time, for a very long time, and a lot of people tell me I'm bugging, you bugging. And I'm like, well, then you just didn't see Larry Bird play. But LeBron, I think, to me, he surpassed that. But I had Larry Bird until like a couple of years ago, fam. I keep it 1,000 with you. But I gotta go. I gotta go LeBron James at the 3. Bob Bayless, who you got at the 3?
What I really wanted before I thought we were putting stuff, before I knew we were putting stuff in order, I was gonna say, and this go back to what Gio said, like my era and stuff like that. I was actually gonna say Larry Bird because I used to watch a lot about Larry Bird because I was a shooter myself. So I used to see a lot of highlights. I used to have old tapes, him playing against Magic and stuff like that. So I used to watch a lot of his tapes. So I was actually gonna just put him there, but not as a number 1. As my top 3, but since we're doing number 1, I'm gonna go with Scottie Pippen, man. In my era, that's all I saw. Scottie Pippen.
Yo, this nigga wildin'.
You know what I mean? Scottie, how am I wilding? Scottie Pippen is the same exact player LeBron James is. Like he didn't accomplish everything LeBron James did.
You came to fight today.
Listen, I hear
I'm not gonna say Scottie in my top 5.
Scottie.
Right.
He got chips. If y'all want to go for chips, he got chips. He averaged 25 and 5 for his career. Talk to me. LeBron's averaging 24, 10, and 4.
Scottie averaged
4 more points, 3 more rebounds, and 1 more assists. Who you fooling? Like
Scottie averaged 25.
What happened? No, I said Scottie averaged 25 and 5 for his career.
LeBron's at 27, 8 and 8.
No, he's not. He's at 26. No. He's at
8 and 8.
He's at 26. He's at 26, 10. No, he's at 26, 10, and 4.
No, that was no way.
Yo, fam, this is what I'm trying to tell you, Bobby. You was better off staying with Larry Bird, my nigga. Like, you Larry Bird to Scottie. You should have stayed with Larry.
Nah.
You disrespected too many dudes in the way. You disrespected KD at that.
Bro, Larry Bird didn't win the same amount of chips that Pippen did. He was involved more in winning.
Make my top 5. Now you make my top 5.
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. That's when basketball was getting crazy again. They brought it back, and then by the time he started winning, he was old. He was at the end of his career. He won 1 or 2 or whatever. How many chips did Larry Bird win?
3.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And
record season.
But yo, Scottie Pippen could shoot, defend. He got a couple of defensive titles.
Your best.
The first thing you said about Scottie Pippen was that he could shoot.
Bro, I said
he knows that was his biggest weakness.
He could shoot better than LeBron James.
Listen, right? You see, disrespectful. LeBron shoots 52% for his life.
I saw it. He went.
Bobby, you called it us old niggas?
How is Scottie a shooter shooting 47%?
How the old niggas pick LeBron?
Pippen shot 46%. What? 4 or 5% off.
No, and take him so many more shots. Come on.
Look that up,
again. It's how many times you
with Jordan on his team, he took that many more shots.
How many fights you won is who you fought. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all could disagree with that because he's the same exact player, brother. He's the same exact player.
And Scottie Pippen,
the same exact player.
Scottie Pippen's better than KD.
Yo, so let me ask you this,
He's better than KD.
Bobby.
He's better than KD. 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 He's better than K
Bro, I just said we're going off of my era, bro. I grew up watching Scottie Pippen more than I did with KD.
KD's in your era.
More. I grew up watching Pippen more than
Hold on. This is still my era. I don't know what you're talking about.
So Scottie Pippen's not my era, bro.
It's still my era.
Scottie Pippen my era too. Like, what are you talking about?
This is still my era. Like, this is still not my era. So you would, like, KD will make my list.
Well, it's what you consider your era, and
so where's KD on your top 5 small forwards, G?
Anything I've seen.
Where's KD on your top 5 small forwards?
Oh, he's behind. He's behind Larry Bird.
That will make him third.
He's third all time. Yeah, like, who's better?
Gotcha.
Name me another dude better than him, and we can argue LeBron, Larry Bird all day. Like, we can argue that all day. Like, you
can't get out of here.
Valid points for everyone.
Yo, Bob Bayless. Now I know why you fuck with that Bayless shit. You don't fuck with LeBron, my nigga. This should have been easy, bro.
Yo, man, I don't see the light at the tunnel, my nigga. My nizzles, y'all don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, man. Y'all don't see it, man. Y'all too old. Telling y'all, OGs.
How?
We old and you think it's Scottie Pippen.
Who's your point guard? Isaiah Thomas? Get out of here. And he ain't guarding nobody in the league right now. Who he guarding? He got LeBron at the point when LeBron want to play the point. And who got LeBron? Let me bring this up. LeBron ain't a small forward. If you look him up, wait, let me talk. If you look him up on Google right now, if you look up the best point guard, just say the best point guard in the NBA, and you Google that, and you Google the best shooting guard in the NBA, and you Google that, and you Google small forward, power forward center, you're gonna see LeBron's picture show up on every position.
My man,
so he's the true small forward.
Yo, Bob. So you Googled this, and now the
I didn't Google. I said if you Google, I'm making a straight guess.
Like Google advised you not to pick Scottie Pippen. Like, he's 5, 6, 7, and every year, and you want
to. Who is your point guard?
Right.
Oh.
You came to fight, brother. Like, Google ain't advised you that, nigga. You Google 5 positions.
You gonna see his picture show up.
Yo, Bobby, I'm gonna tell you who Isaiah Thomas is guarding. Chris Paul, my nigga.
Everybody.
All right?
No, he's not.
He's going to every
Steph Curry, Trae Young.
No, he's not.
Giving them all buckets.
No, he's not. I didn't say he wasn't giving him buckets, but he's not guarding Chris Paul. I'm not saying Chris Paul could guard him, but he's not guarding Chris Paul. No way. Triple double. No way, bro. No way. See, Chris Paul coming into the league when he was with Hornets. No way.
Isaiah, they both left.
Move out the way, bro. Move out that way. No way.
They both left school as sophomores.
On that kid's name, man.
Isaiah won a chip at Indiana. They both left schools as sophomores. Isaiah has 2 championships in the era where they was hand checking with the same with the same.
He used to kiss Magic Johnson and fucking get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Rapper kiss baby.
Nah, Isaiah Thomas will give Fitz right now. He will give Fitz right now, Isaiah Thomas, yo.
Isaiah Thomas is who these people all get compared to, bro. Like,
yeah.
And listen again.
Why?
If we get far enough where we get 3, 4, 5 players at every position, I'm picking dudes from this era probably. I'm gonna leave KD off the list. So it's this era, and if you bugging out, if you think Scottie Pippen is a better basketball player than KD, you bugging out. You bugging out.
Hey.
You take the Steve out.
Yeah.
Yo, Bobby, say that shit again. Nigga said Scottie Pippen and LeBron are the same players. Say that shit on wax again, B.
I said they're similar players. They're similar.
Yeah, G, who you got at the power forward? This gets different.
Power forward.
I'm gonna pick Bill Russell or somebody. Watch.
Play center.
I don't know. You're gonna pick one of them over niggas. Go ahead. Talk your shit.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to pick Tim Duncan, man. As much as I would love to pick Charles Barkley,
yeah,
Tim Duncan won, man. 5 rings. It'd be disrespectful for me, you know. And I saw Philly play many times. I've been watching NBA since the year before they all got into the league, Mike and them. I remember the Moses Malone, Dr. J NBA finals. You know what I mean? That's probably my first memory of the NBA finals.
Gotcha.
And that's Tim Duncan, 5 chips. It'd be crazy to leave him off this list. Like this is my real list. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy to leave him off for any team at the power forward. Being the power forward what it was before. I don't see no other power forward now that can shoot. That's better than Tim Duncan still. Maybe somebody will come along 6'11", power forward, something like Dirk. But even Dirk is not better than Tim Duncan. Like you gotta be Dirk on steroids, on 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he hasn't Tim Duncan.
Got you. Okay. Twin, who you got at the 4?
I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan as well, man. Tim Duncan, solid. You know, Chips as the main player, Chip as playing off the ball and just sacrificing for the team.
Good
you know
point.
What I'm saying? Tim Duncan, man.
Tim Duncan. I'll be honest. I say Tim Duncan because of the chips. Because I've always said Charles Barkley because of what he was able to do at the size that he was able to do it. Like, I don't even think he was Michael Jordan's height. And he's like 14 rebounds a game for his career. You know what I mean? But I can't not say that somebody that played his same position with 5 rings isn't the best power forward ever. You know what I'm saying? But I got Charles Barkley over Malone. You know what I'm saying? Because that was an argument that a lot of people from our era used to bring up. Like, oh, Malone got this many points, Malone this, Malone that. Malone didn't win just like Barkley didn't win. You know what I'm saying? And Barkley got that MVP, Malone got his, you know. But Barkley's doing it at 6'6", Malone's doing it at 6'9", and Malone couldn't do nothing with Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? So
that goes a lot also with the type of organization he was with. Barkley played at Philly where they didn't put nothing around him. At Phoenix, they put something around him. You know, it was short-lived. He was exiting his prime at that time where Malone had consistency.
Yeah, 18 years. Yeah.
And Stockton and, you know, Barkley never got the opportunity. Where Malone was very fortunate. Because we don't know if that would have been Malone with Stockton. Because
but he had him.
The finished product of Malone wasn't what it was at the beginning. Where Barkley was always amazing.
Yeah.
From the beginning, from day one, he was amazing. When Malone, 5-6 years in, wow. You know, like you got so much better that basketball is going in, but Barkley was definitely more skilled than Malone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Who you got at the 4, Bob?
Like you said, man, if it wasn't for the chips, I would go with KG, but Tim Duncan, man, that without a doubt, man, that guy's the most dominant besides Shaq, technique, skill wise. Yo, that guy.
Shaq wasn't skilled though.
No, I said besides Shaq being I meant to say besides Shaq being powerful and that powerful, he had the technique and skill.
Yeah,
on a power mentality. Like a kid was just dominant around the rim. He'll catch a ball and he always kept his hands up and catch the ball, keep the rebound up, put back, very fundamental. I seen it. I remember in Wake Forest, back in Wake Forest. I saw it in Wake Forest, and I used to always be an underdog. And every time Wake Forest played, they always ranked with Tim Duncan. And I used to always try to pick the other team playing against Wake Forest, and Tim Duncan always get it done, man. One of those players that you just don't bet against. But 5 chips, man, speaks for itself. So I'll go with Tim Duncan on that.
Yeah, I'm with it. Duncan all around. Twin, the 5.
This one is tough.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
He said
we're talking about picking the best 5 at each position. I'm gonna go with Shaq, man. Right? Then what I've seen, I haven't seen more dominant center. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just getting the ball in the paint and dunking it on somebody, rebounding, dominating, and just being a straight force, Shaquille. So I'm just going with Shaq on that. Keep it simple.
G.
It's tough to lefty pick Shaq, and only because lefty picked Shaq,
Elijah.
we could go back and forth between him and Olajuwon. Yes, because was Shaq the most dominant player I ever seen? Um,
No.
yes, like yes. There's no question about that. There's no question about that. Like I said, I started watching basketball with that Philly team. Moses Malone was crazy. Like he was an animal. Like, he he was the first Shaq I ever saw. But
Gotcha.
Shaq was crazy. Shaq is the most dominant player ever, but Olajuwon's the most skilled center I've ever seen in my life. There's no question about that. Um, he ended up winning 2 chips while Michael Jordan was gone.
He gave
So
it to Shaq.
and he separated himself as the best player when Jordan's not in the league.
Yeah.
And another thing to say about Olajuwon, that you only talk about Portland when they say they passed on Mike. You rarely ever hear anybody say for Houston did too.
Yeah.
Which is like that's so much respect for Olajuwon.
That's a fact.
Because you just like, oh, they picked Sam Boone, but nobody be like, but they picked Olajuwon first.
Yep.
When in hindsight, if you read through that draft, who goes first? Mike.
Yeah.
But you can't blame Houston, especially for the way the game was played. Then you can't even blame Portland because
Yep.
you won big at that time. That's you needed a big. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go against Lefty and just say Olajuwon, knowing that Shaq was the most dominant player ever. But that dream shake and the way he scored, and that the kids now go to see Olajuwon for the dream shake, starting with Kobe, Olajuwon, like so many players go to see him. I'm gonna go Olajuwon. Just to complete my team, my 45.
All right, bet. Bob, who you got at the 5?
I'm gonna go with Shaq, man. I'm going with Shaq. You don't think Shaq better than Olajuwon, man? I know he got at him in that chip, but like one-on-one dominant, just going at each other.
Of course, he's gonna get at him at that tip. First of all, Shaq is too young. Like Olajuwon was, if you remember that finals, Drexler got at Penny. You got 2 grown ass men going for a chip. It's hard for the young boys to win.
One of your favorite point guards.
Yeah, and no, LeBron grabbed KD. LeBron and them grabbed KD and them, Harden and Westbrook and them. Like it's hard for a young team to beat that veteran team going for it. Like Drexler wanted him more than anybody. And not only did Olajuwon field, Shaq has different skill. And it's my 5 to complete my 5. I would rather have Olajuwon, better defender.
Yeah, I go with Shaq.
Athlete, better defender, better athlete, better passer. Olajuwon is definitely a better basketball player than Shaq ever was. Shaq is just the most dominant player I've ever seen in my life.
Gotcha.
Of course, Shaq is the most dominant center we've ever seen in our life. Like it's gotta be what Will Chamberlain was before.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gotta be.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Olajuwon, as far as skill and talent, that boy was different.
I got George Murathon.
All right.
Yeah, I got Shaq, yo. I got Shaq as well. But I think Olajuwon it's not even close at how much more of a skilled player he was. Shaq was more dominant, but the more skilled player. I mean, I think I gotta say Olajuwon, honestly, because I saw what he did to Shaq. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
To Patrick, to D-Rob,
To David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, like he killed everybody big, yo. I would say Olajuwon, yo. I would say Olajuwon. I would say Olajuwon. I'm gonna say Olajuwon. I say a lifelong. Yo, I wanted to ask you a left field question when Batman comes back about these kids getting how you feel about these kids getting recruited so young? Do you think that there should be limits on how young it a kid can be before they reach out to them and start offering them stuff? You know what I'm saying? I want to wait till Lefty comes back to talk about that because Lefty mess with the kids. I hear the audio weird. Where Batman went?
So ask that question again because I got something to say about that. I know we all gonna have different points, but I want to make a point about that.
All right, I'm gonna ask Lefty. Yo, twin,
What's up?
how do you feel about as far as like the recruiting process goes? Do you think there should be a limit on how young a kid can be that's being recruited? Like, do you think there should be a
Now, you
limit
know,
to how young a kid, like, if they want to talk
I
to
got
your,
it.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
how do y'all feel
yeah, I
about
got
that,
it.
and where do you stand on those?
All right, so this is where I stand on that, and I don't know. It's crazy you asked me that because I don't know if you even knew this. The way I stand on that is, I think you could recruit a kid at whatever age. I think that the United States or America needs to just make it where you train basketball players like you train your military. That's what the international world is doing. They're training their kids from young. We can't do that in the United States as a one unit because it's illegal, because you can make money and exploit out of it. But overseas, everybody runs their basketball military style. You're good, send them here. Anybody that has any potential of being the next best thing, they all get swarmed and get taught by the best and try to get developed. You know what I mean? So I feel that any age to recruit is good, especially if everybody's involved in the development and the nurture of the player. I don't know
Okay.
if that answers your question, but you know what I
No,
mean?
it doesn't, but it sounded good.
So,
Well, I
Steve,
said it.
Yo, you made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like tastes like steak just now, blood, because
No,
you
well,
didn't
I mean,
answer
I
the
said
question, but
recruit at any age is my point. You know what
and
I'm
there's a
saying?
different mindset. There's a
not
different
because what I'm
mindset.
saying is when I say recruit, I'm talking about these colleges. I'm not even talking about the kids getting the opportunity to be recruited by pro teams young. I'm talking about colleges, like these big time programs looking at your son in the 6th grade because he's 6'7" and
Well,
they're willing to gamble at 12 years old.
I don't know anything else. That's normal to me. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
I was brought up in a world that's what it is. And if you're blessed to be recruited that early, that's looked at as a gift or a talent.
So
So
you agree with it?
I don't have any other look at that except that that player is special and that's why he's getting such early attention because he's different than everybody else.
You don't think that
You
would
know,
put you don't?
huh?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. You don't think that would put a certain type of pressure on a kid at a very, very young age to have to live up to what he committed at 12 years old?
Right? This is when I start bringing up cliche sayings. All right, you either built for that or you're not. Right? This is pressure is gonna be applied sooner rather than later. So the faster, if you could decide if you could deal with the pressure, the better. I mean,
Got you.
you know what I'm saying? That's just but I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's all I've known.
Got you.
And it's different where when you compare the kids overseas. The kids overseas, most of the kids, a big percentage of them, they have to, for financial reasons, turn pro at 16. Where in America, you're hoping the kid is not in that situation.
Well, in
But mostly,
America, every kid is in that situation. It's just illegal to do
no,
that.
no. But what I'm saying is, some of these kids have an opportunity they can go to a prep school and stay in a prep school, and somebody will look over them if they don't have parents and they're coming from a bad situation. Where most of these kids overseas are coming from bad situations. You know what I'm saying? Where here you have an opportunity to go to college. If you don't make pro, then you can get an education. Like this is what they feed you and sell you here. But overseas is like you go pro at 16, you make a living, you send money back home, and it's different circumstances. Hopefully, you make it to America. Where here, like it's an honor to go to a D1. There's 300 something of them. But how many people can say they're D1 basketball players, no matter where you go?
Yeah.
Where out there, a 16-year-old kid, go pro, you're tall, you're 6'7", go get that shot. You're 22, you're no good no more, and you don't have no education and to fall back on. It's different circumstances. And a kid being recruited here at 12 years old, the only problem that I have with that is that you're on the radar for the next 6-7 years. If there's a kid that may be better than you and you already built a relationship because we're human with a certain kid, then he'll probably get that shot over a kid that's better or that has potential to be better. Because there's nothing wrong with the 12-year-old kid being on the radar already. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Being on the radar, and having a scholarship to one of these big time universities, you are the radar. You are the radar at that point.
Yeah. And honestly, what can happen to you at 12, the player that you are at 12 can change by that time, by the time you're 17 or 18. We all know that. The expectations are high on that kid. If he can make it to a Kentucky, a Duke, or wherever he got recruited to, then God bless him. But the chances are that he may not. That he may not. We've seen many of these. There's a kid I was watching the other day on Chase Adams, point guard, YouTube. All the schools coming to him. Hey, you want to come here? You want to come there? He couldn't even go D1 now. But at 12 years old, he was the best player in the nation.
Okay.
By the time he comes out of high school, he can't even get a high D1. Things change. That's the problem.
That's
kids
what I'm
get
saying.
Smaller, kids get better, kids get faster, kids start playing basketball seriously. Things change.
So let me ask you this. When these kids get these scholarships to these colleges, right? And Twin, you can let me know if you know. Is that contingent of you performing at a certain level in your athletics as well as academics to keep the scholarship? Or if, let's say, you go to this, like let's say my son is 12 years old, right? And Duke wants him. And I tell him, yo, we're going to Coach K. And I signed him at 12. Now, by 18, he's not the kid that would have been being recruited by Duke for whatever reason, okay? But he's already got that already in the bag. Now, if he's not up to Duke standards, if this happens, like the kids, they recruit these kids, and when the kids get there, the kids aren't what they expected them to be. Do they keep their scholarships?
No, you don't keep this. The scholarships is on a year basis, and it needs to get renewed every year, right? That's one thing. Number two, no kid will get a scholarship at 12 years old or offer. You can't sign it. You have to be a senior to accept a scholarship. The best you could do, and I don't know why you would do it, but you could always renege on it, is verbally commit to a school. But these schools will send you a letter at 12 years old, just letting you know that, hey, we're watching you.
Keep doing your thing. Right. Keep doing your thing. We're watching you. And that's a parent will tell you that's an offer. Because Georgetown sent you a 13-year-old. I'm right, though. To a 13-year-old, that's an offer. Because what else would be an offer?
Yeah.
Because they're really not offering you a scholarship. So them sending a parent a letter saying, we think you have a bright future. Keep doing your thing. If you're interested about camps, we're available. Camps in our school available. Bam, bam, bam. With coaches, bam, bam, bam. Then that's not an offer. That's That's being on the radar. We're watching you, right?
Yeah.
But the kid will tell you, and the parent will tell you, I got an offer to Georgetown at 13.
Yeah.
It's not an offer. That's not really an offer.
So if you get to the school, and you get cut, your scholarship is out of here too. You gotta go.
No.
Basically, no. I mean, you could try to get financial aid or a loan to try to stay in the school.
Got you.
Or you got to move on to a school that potentially might have been looking at you, and you try to get a scholarship there.
So
no, but you got to be a real mess up to actually get a scholarship after your senior year. Because remember, by the time you get your scholarship, you're not 12 anymore. You're 17 going on 18. So if you got the scholarship, then at Kentucky, Duke, Ohio State, these high-profile schools, then you're good enough. Why would you get cut for a walk-on?
No. I'm talking about how, like the original question, like how do you feel about the age restriction on being able to recruit kids because of things like that? Exactly what you said. You can recruit a kid at 12. Like, let's say there are no restrictions. You can recruit a kid at 12, but at 17, he's a different ball player, like you said.
I'm taking my scholarship back. I'm trying to win. Unless I know your uncle. You know.
He just gets
they got
quiet
making pictures of you or something. You know what I mean? Like,
scholarship is not offered.
I'm taking my shit back. I'm trying to win. Huh?
The attention stops. That you just stop getting attention.
Listen, there's kids that get a scholarship offer. They recruit over them. A better point guard comes to the school, and okay, you're not coming to the school anymore. That's it. Like we took our offer back. You don't sign your scholarship until we don't want you to. We have to wait until the recruiting process is over. So some kids will be holding out for Kentucky. We're gonna say Wake Forest, because that's a low-level ACC school. We're gonna say Wake Forest. Some kids will hold out. Be like, no, and then all of a sudden they sign another kid. They'll sign another kid and be like, damn, there goes my school. Hoping that he can play at that school the next year because the scholarship open for a point guard or they recruited over. It's the same way as you go into a school and the next year they recruit the number 1 point guard in the nation. Yeah. And the year before you was the top 15 player or 15 point guard.
Or I'll give you a different one. Or you verbally committed at 14 to Iona, and then by the time you're 17, Duke says, nah, we want you.
Yeah, we want you.
You're going to scrap Iona.
Of course.
And go to Duke.
Of course. No question. No question. Halfway through the senior year, your Coach K already spoke to the Coach Iona, like, his best interest is to come here.
Yeah.
I think you should just stop the recruiting process. If you really care about the kid, tell him to come to Duke. By that time, shit.
Bob, how you feel about it?
Well, with the recruiting, from what I understand and what I experienced in my life, the earliest somebody got offered a scholarship was sophomore year of high school, and that was JJ Riddick. He got offered from Duke, and I was in Nike camp with him, and I remember him talking about it. And it was an offer where he was pen and paper. And I think you can actually commit a freshman year. But
high school?
I think once you're a freshman in high school, I think there's signing periods. You have the beginning of you have fall and then you have spring. And I think you could sign that early. I'm not too sure, but I know sophomore year definitely you could sign, because I know JJ Riddick, pen and paper, they were waiting for his signature. I think he actually signed his beginning of his junior year. But from what I understand, you know what I mean, like, that's okay in that situation. I'm okay with that. But when a kid coming into his freshman year and hasn't played a high school basketball game, and for a college to offer him, whether it's pen and paper or verbal, I know it's a big difference. Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, it makes no sense. Like, you're sending the wrong message. Recruiting is different. Yeah, you could recruit me when I'm 8. That's dope. I've been with you since I was 8. I've been recruiting you. You're 18 now. What's up? You coming? As lead into that. But to just throw an offer when a kid hasn't played a high school basketball game and his body hasn't even developed. He could have 3 torn ACLs in his high school career. By the time he ready to sign, you looking at him like, nah, you know, like Gio said, nah, let me take that scholarship back. I'm like,
yeah, both parties can take it back at any time.
You know what I mean?
And
so you gotta look at it.
The school could take the scholarship back at any time.
You know, I all that, God bless, yeah, you know, he got offered earlier. Not at the end of the day, are you really doing the kid right? Or are you doing them wrong? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, are you from the college side, are you really making the right decision by offering that kid early? Are you going to get his hopes high? You tarnish his dreams. You could take that scholarship back and he could be like, yo, I give up on ball. That's all I had. Who knows, man? That shit goes above and beyond just basketball too, on the mental state. Like you said, kids be getting gas when they, yo, I got an offer and they 13. No, you didn't get an offer. You got a little letter that the third assistant wrote. We get letters all the time. I was getting letters my freshman year. I was getting letters. There was coaches coming while I was working out my freshman year, coming into all hollows. We had workouts and there was coaches there watching.
When did you get offered? When did you sign?
But my situation was different. I signed late my senior year. I could have signed with Iona my sophomore year. They were on me before Rick, Marv, and Kirill, and they'll tell you. But I was like sophomore year, like, yo, let me breathe. You know, that's how I looked at it. You know what I mean? And then I took the SAT late, but my whole situation is a whole nother conversation. But yeah, man, I signed my senior year left, just to answer your question. But yeah, man, just is it good for the kid? Is it good for both sides? You know, you gotta look at it both sides. It's a tough situation.
I look at it different. I look at it like this. If the kid, I don't think there should be restrictions, right? Because my thing is this. If the kid that they're looking at 12 years old, right, they say, I want that kid, right? It's because they see something. What they see besides winning basketball games is how much money winning basketball games brings you. And the kids don't get none of that bread. So regardless, if it's a gamble for the school. It's not a gamble for the kid unless you could lose the scholarship. Now, if you can lose the scholarship because of not performing up to a certain level, which is understandable, then okay, I get it. You know what I mean? But if you're going to offer my son a scholarship at super young, I think that any kid should be allowed to try to get that. Because whether I make it or not, you planning on making bread off them. And these kids don't get no money. You know what I mean? The NCAA kids don't get the bread they should be getting. That's another thing. How do you feel about the NCAA paying kids?
No way.
I think they should pay them.
Huh?
I think they should pay them.
What do you say, G?
It's tough, man, because what you gonna do? You're just gonna play the basketball players and the football players?
Yeah,
I'm talking about in general.
It's tough. That's a tough situation, man. Listen, you go to Duke, you go to Harvard. I mean, you 100,000 a year, 100,000 a semester at Duke or at Notre Dame or something like that. Like not every kid is guaranteed. Not every kid is guaranteed to go pro on Notre Dame's team.
Yeah.
But the education at Stanford, Notre Dame, Duke, I mean, it's kind of prestigious, man. It's kind of prestigious. I don't think you can put a price on that. You're playing football, you're traveling. Now, for the kids that have potential of going pro, that actually pack your building, and you don't even need these kids because you can go to any D1 school and you're gonna get a packed gym. So you don't even need All-American, a McDonald's All-American.
Yeah, but when you get them, you get TV deals.
Everybody get a TV deal.
No, but you on TV
more. Of course, SEC, they're the kids, ACC, SEC. Of course, these big conferences get these kids. Of course they do.
How much money do the schools get from these contract deals for the TVs?
No, you're absolutely right. They make money off of this, right? At the same time,
kids' performances.
I hear you, Drew. But it's a tough situation when they're paying for you to go to school for 4 years.
No, they're paying for you to bring them money.
We got friends that are still paying their student loans.
Okay.
And these kids got a chance to play basketball, travel the country, Hawaii for a tournament, Puerto Rico for a tournament, and they're not going pro.
Okay, but how about the kids? How about the kids that say that bring like the Zions, the Fab Fives? How much money do those kids generate with the merch that get? Hold on, with the merch that gets sold, with the TV deals, with everything that comes with these D1 kids that are only going to be there for 1 year. So okay, that 100,000 that they're giving up for that education, how many millions is that school generating for NBC, CBS, and ABC, ESPN? More than $100,000.
A great cooperation, and you make valid points, Drew. You make valid points, but at the same time,
can I make a point?
You gotta look at the way. You gotta look at it a different way. A Zion Williams is gonna get well compensated. As soon as he come out of school, before he even gets drafted, you're gonna have a sneaker deal. The only way you're gonna get the sneaker deal is by you going to Duke. Duke is giving you a free ride at their school.
Zion could have went anywhere and got into the NBA.
You're the only guaranteed pro. Everybody else has Duke on their resume. Whether it's Coach K writing you a reference letter, whether you want to be an IT guy, you want to be a plumber, you want to fucking you want to create your own clothes or have your own record company, whatever the case may be, you have that as on your resume. You went to Duke. Like there's 11 kids at Duke that didn't go pro. 12 kids do.
You're right, but why
should they get paid when they're already paying for when they're already paying for your scholarship, and they already gave you 100, 200,000 to come here? They already gave you this money to come here, and we know that they gave you this money to come here.
Why would the schools be willing?
High level schools.
Why would they
give you money? The NBA is now giving the kids 125,000, so they won't take the college money. So the WNBA, the minor leagues of the NBA is giving the kids 125, right?
Oh, the G League.
The G League is giving these kids, right? I'll be saying NBDL still. The G League is giving these kids 125,000. So now you avoid the college kids taking this money, but you're still gonna have college kids taking this money. You're gonna have the 130th ranked player in the country still taking some money. Like we already know this. So everybody can get paid.
How much money do the 1 generate?
Player 1 through 12 should get paid on every college basketball team?
No.
That's the problem. So we're gonna pay one kid and not the rest?
You want to pay who generates the money? Everybody in the NBA don't get paid the same.
Kentucky's gonna get packed regardless.
All right, but Kentucky's not going to win and get everything out of what they're getting when they get these studs. When Kentucky's not winning, and when Duke ain't winning, and when North Carolina ain't winning, it's not the same, bro.
My problem is we probably know that North Carolina, the top 7 kids got some money to go there from somebody, not directly from the coach, but most likely the top 7 kids got a little bit of cash not to go there and to come here. Most likely. First of all. Second of all, my argument against you is
that's the argument.
That nigga said, "Yo, fam."
That nigga's computer said you bugging.
I wanted to make this one point, bro, and it was for this man to hear Gio, bro. Football and basketball generate so much money. They fund every other sport in the college, bro. Every other football and basketball generate so much money that they make all the other sports. That's how they pay for the other sports. So during the pandemic, every sport could get canceled except football and basketball because those 2 sports will generate the money to bring those fucking sports back in the future, bro.
So how are the kids
need to get paid?
Exactly. So these kids that are generating this money for these universities don't deserve any of it. What do you say about it, Bob?
They don't deserve none of it.
You see
they're getting a scholarship. You're getting a scholarship.
Yo, fam, football and basketball generates all the money for every other sports in the college. Why wouldn't they get paid? According to how much money and jerseys get sold because of them.
Because you're
Exactly.
going.
If you a walk on, nigga, you don't get money. Like, oops, you a walk on, nigga. Like the fuck, like. And if you a nigga that got that you an All-American, you get paid. Like, this is the world we live in.
That's
what
what
a
it is.
capitalist
You
society
just
is.
answered. You just answered your question. In the world that we live in, right? It's not gonna work if you're not gonna pay all the kids. And I agree on that part. It's not gonna work if you're not gonna pay all the kids.
You can't just
Then
pay one kid.
you look at it and you're like, yo, all the kids don't deserve to get paid. Can't hear you.
Two sports generate the whole money for every other sports. Basically, the guys that are generate the money are paying the other kids in the school to play the other sports. My brother.
Left.
Right,
That's
but
not
college
the way
is
this
not that, bro.
works.
College is not for you to get paid.
So we're only paying the Power
You're
5
there to get a
conferences?
free education and play
Lefty.
basketball or
This is
football,
my
whatever
problem.
it is.
My problem with that is, who are you going to pay? Because you can't. Who are you going to pay? Or you going to pay everybody? But you only going
Basketball
to pay the.
and football.
You only going to pay
They
the Power
generate
5.
all the money for all the other sports.
Oh,
For lacrosse, for
I
swimming,
agree.
for everything.
Left.
That money is budgeted through football and basketball.
But you're only going.
I don't
you're-
understand what niggas don't get.
You're only going to pay the Power 5 conferences then? You're only going to pay the kids that play at the Power 5. At SEC, at ACC, at the Big Ten, at the Pac-10, and at the Big Ten. You're not going to pay nobody else.
Nigga, we're gonna pay whoever generates the most money. You
That's
don't
a
get paid
problem.
if you don't generate money.
Problem.
Don't work out like that.
How is that a
Problem.
problem?
That's a big problem because you're gonna have kids. So what? The top 200.
You know who's getting that money? You know who's getting that money? The coaches.
Okay,
The
listen
coaches is
to
getting
this
that money.
scenario. Listen to this scenario. I come in as a freshman. You're a senior. I'm getting paid, but you just had 20 a game last year, and you was a top 300 player who never got $1. I'm a better senior than you. I'm a better player than you right now, and you're getting paid. The basketball is going through me on my team because I'm a senior. My coach is trying to get me pro, and I'm getting paid.
My nigga, once the check
And I'm
gets
getting
cut,
paid?
niggas don't get judged like that. Once the check gets cut, once the numbers
Yeah.
come up and you add
Problem.
them up, you pay
Problem.
that money.
Problem. That's a problem. Like I said again, you go to a Michigan State. Let's say you go to a Michigan State. You come out of nowhere. You weren't one of those players who were supposed to get paid. You just go to Michigan State because you're good enough. You had no NBA potential. A freshman comes in, Imani Bates. Imani Bates comes in. He's getting paid. The senior that led the team in scoring last year as a junior is not getting $1 because he's not NBA potential. While Imani Bates is NBA
They're all
potential.
getting money. They're just not getting the same money, but they're all
That's
getting
the
money.
problem. So 1 through 12 are all getting money, but we're not getting the same money. Like,
Well, that's what college is preparing for you.
This is not
for.
NBA. We're
That's
not
what college is preparing
We're
you
at-
for.
We're amateurs. We're
No, they
amateurs.
not. That's
Yes.
the problem. It's
They
a
are
play on words. They're using them as amateurs to make the money that they
Of
generate.
course. That's just
They
like
got
the
two
music.
cast.
No. They don't have me,
They're
guys.
not amateurs.
No,
They're
they
the
are
highest
amateurs.
level professionals.
Well, why are they amateurs? Because they're not allowed to get paid. They're not allowed to have a sneaker deal. They're not allowed to sell their own clothes. They're not allowed to make money in various ways on campus. So yes, they are amateurs because they're not allowed to make money because that's against your scholarship, NCAA restrictions.
Yeah,
So,
but you
so
get $100,000 scholarship to go
But
play
it's not
ball for
worth
them.
it.
That's money, nigga.
Lefty, in hindsight, it's not. Think about
Money you
all
don't see.
money.
It's
all
education.
money in different
But
forms.
listen, Bob,
It's
I
all money.
disagree. I disagree with that also. But how? But my
What
argument
you
to
mean
these
they get
two is,
$500, $600 a month?
Drew says that only the special ones get paid. Lefty says that the great ones get paid more than the lesser ones.
Everybody got a check.
I got a problem with all three of them. So how do you fix this? Like, what's right? What's the right thing to do? Because
There's never a right thing to do.
Hold on, Left. I disagree with every player getting paid. I disagree with they're getting a scholarship because when I say that, I'm talking for the NCAA presidents and people with money, corporations who don't care as long as they make money, right? There's just life. And then for lefty is one player gets paid more than the other, which is better than Drew's idea that only one player gets played. You know what I'm saying? And different
They're
from
the ones that generate.
so what's right to do? Which one is right to do?
I
Like,
think
which is
there's levels to it, like you said, because at one aspect, yes, you're getting the $100,000 scholarship. His laptop died. That's what he texted me. Okay, on one hand, you're getting the $100,000 scholarship, right? Now, let's say you're a kid that doesn't have a chance of ever playing in the NBA, right? But you can play some college basketball. The fact that you're going to one of these big schools that the $100,000 scholarships here is you're not coming out of there with a job paying $20,000 a year. So in a way, you're being compensated.
Yes.
Now you got the kids. Hold up, bro. Now you got these kids like Zion and RJ Barrett and Wiseman and LaMelo Ball that whatever school they go to, the cameras and the media and the TV and everybody's going to be on them. I think they're only going to be there a year anyway. So why not give them some bread to secure the bag that they go mess with you? Why not? They're only making one stop, bro. These kids that got to play 4 years, most of them don't go to the NBA, like you said. But at least with that scholarship and the that education, they're going to get better job opportunities than somebody that goes to BMCC or, you know what I mean, or a regular community college, bro. So in the sense that the kids are benefiting from it, that $100,000 scholarship, like you said, the 8 through 12s, they're getting what they're going to get in the long run. You're going to be compensated because you're not going to have to go out and work at a bottom level job because you're coming out with a prestigious degree to back your job search. You know what I mean? So they are helping you long term. These one-stop shops. Like once the G League go up, why go to college? If you're only going to be there 1 year, why go to college?
A lot of the kids end up not graduating. A lot of the kids at the high level schools, where you got the kids at the mid majors and low D1s, that end up graduating and actually having an education and a diploma or degree. Where you got the kids at the high level schools, where most of them have dreams of MBA overseas, first MBA and then overseas, who end up not graduating.
All right,
more of them kids don't graduate than so many.
Absolutely. But do you know what happens? According to Bob, from what Bob put me on to, for every one of these kids that you give a scholarship to that doesn't graduate, you lose a scholarship.
Yes, you lose them back.
So why even offer that $100,000 scholarship to a kid you know is only going to go there for 1 year? Because you're getting the bag for him being there.
But in hindsight, the kid got the bag to go there.
How?
So you telling me Zion? Listen, Zion, in my opinion, knowing life and knowing how stories that get out and how the recruiting process is, Zion took money to go to Duke.
All right, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about being able to get paid clean. We're not talking about
but what I'm saying is that these extra special kids, they make money anyway.
Yeah, but not legit. They gotta hide it. What we're talking about is making them be able to get that money legit and not have to hide it.
But what are you gonna give them? Like, what is going to be their job? Like, what are they going to do?
That's not our job to find out.
Well, no, but this is what I'm saying. Right, well, so they're only getting paid to play basketball.
That's what
come up with a better idea than only the stars get paid and lefty the school the 1 to 12 get paid differently.
Let me ask you a question.
I think those are both horrible ideas.
Let me ask you a question.
I think those are both horrible ideas.
All right, and that's cool. Let me ask you something. Players 7 through 12 on any college team. Name me 3.
No, I probably could name you 3 through 6 on regular college teams.
But let me ask you this question, Gio. It doesn't matter to you that the basketball and the football program generate the whole athletic money for every other sport?
What?
That,
What? No,
is
I
that,
know football.
wait. Is that sharing the profits fairly? Or is that you creating shit with an abundance of money you got left over that you generate year to year with all the great players that you come by just giving them a scholarship?
Left.
Is that fair?
I hear
Is
you.
that the way you?
No.
Is that the way you spread that money?
If you get an academic scholarship, do you get paid? If you go on to be a renowned scientist, or do you get paid for that?
No.
But you get paid
You're not generating money for the
stipend
school
every month from that scholarship.
You don't know if you're
when
generating
you got money in your pocket.
You're creating programs
where they
at
pay
the
you.
school. The school is generating money from you from whoever buys the computers, whoever donates to the program, the boosters. Because the same way that a booster puts in for a basketball program, they put in for a medical program at a college.
Bro, they're
It's the
not
same thing.
generating
Maybe
the
more
same
money. Maybe more
as
money.
they're not generating.
No,
they're
Lefty,
not
think
filling
about the
up
doctors that
arenas
donate
with
to Columbia
doctors.
University. Think
The
about the
money you
lawyers.
can't compare.
Think about the doctors that donate to the medical program at Columbia University. I'm sure is equivalent to the one
It's Columbia
Texas
University.
But I'm naming Cornell. I'm naming.
But they're not giving them the same
name.
bag that NBC, CBS, and ABC is giving these schools for putting them on
Talking about, what are
TV,
you
man.
No, they have to split them within conferences. It's not like they're getting all the money. Texas got a 300, 400, $10 million 10-year bid.
Wow.
Yeah, they split it between conference. When you hear that
Not the same money.
that the ESPN gave a conference $200 million for 10 years
It's
to
not the
televise
same money.
their games, you gotta split that between the 12 teams.
Okay,
It's
how
not
about
the
things
same
like
money.
merch? How about things like merch that these kids, like the Fab Five, like things like that? Like
True.
you rocking Michigan shorts
True.
and you rocking Duke shorts.
I don't want to
because
make
they
it
the hot
sound,
team.
I don't want to make it sound like these kids shouldn't get paid. What I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to make it sound like the NBA, like the NCAA doesn't have a monopoly, like they're doing something wrong. I'm not trying to make it seem like that. There is some benefits to you having that scholarship. You're getting coached well, you're getting trained well. There's but basketball things that are that can work on your favor as well as academically. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying what you're telling me is I think is crazy, or I think is a bad idea that you only pay Imani Bates, that you only play Donovan Mitchell, or Lorenzo Ball. And I think that I made a point to Lefty where I'm the leading scorer coming back this year. I don't get paid, and now this freshman coming into school is getting paid more than me.
But if you're the leading scorer, why wouldn't you be getting paid?
I'm a junior because I didn't come in as a freshman like that. I didn't come in as a freshman. So now if my numbers go up, my pay scale goes up?
No, I didn't say that. I'm asking how you be a junior.
So my numbers change because I average 4 points a game and 5 rebounds? Like, how would I dictate who gets paid? My minutes? Like, how would I dictate?
People generating the money for the school.
No, Drew, I hear you. But like you said,
that's simple.
But like
it ain't the junior that led them in scoring. It's the freshman that got them the ESPN deal and all of them popping on television.
Listen, all these conferences gonna have ESPN deals, whether kids have one and dones or not. Like
we don't. The one and done schools get the most coverage. G. You cannot dispute that.
Okay, the one and done schools are the big conferences.
Yes,
they're the big conferences. You only gonna pay them?
No, we talking
every school got TV deal. Every conference got TV deal. So you're gonna pay every kid?
There's enough money for it.
But you're gonna pay every kid. So let's say at Santa Clara, you're gonna pay the best player the same amount you pay the 12th man at Kentucky. How does this work? This kid's at Kentucky.
I said how I feel about them 12-man players and them 11.
So they don't get paid.
That turn out to be doctors and lawyers and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
That's not always the case, though.
No, but it's not. Yeah,
but
if
they get a scholarship, they get paid, nigga. Every nigga on a basketball team is not on a scholarship.
In the big conferences, yes, you got very few walk-ons. Like, listen, at the 5 power conference,
so they get paid.
Out the 5 power conferences that really generate the money, because the 5 power conferences is that generate the NCAA money, not many walk-ons at these schools. Not many. Out of Louisiana, out of LSU, out of Kentucky, out of Alabama, out of North Carolina.
Is it not many, or there's no walk-ons at all? There's
no,
walk-ons.
Come on, Lefty. But you're the 1% of walk-ons. You're gonna compare to the kids that are 99% scholarship.
It's the 1% of schools. Schools don't have 15
come on,
scholarship players, nigga. That shit ain't normal.
You know for a fact Villanova. All right, and then you talking about football. What about a school like Villanova that only plays basketball and they play D2 football, but they bring in basketball money? So who's paying over there?
D2 football brings money.
The Big East don't play football at all, because that's why they're the Big East. Everybody else that plays football went into a big conference. Syracuse went into a big conference. Georgetown stayed behind.
Because the basketball is good enough money.
No, football is where the money's at. Football is where the money's
basketball.
at. The NCAA tournament comes well. But these schools, the kids are still going to come watch. Alumni is still going to come watch, no matter if they got one and dones or not.
Yeah, but they get money, my nigga. Just like when the little schools play the big schools, the little schools get a check.
That Anthony Davis is the only reason why Judy Judd ends up at a Kentucky game. I don't give a damn who they got over there. Judy Judd is showing up. He's showing up. They ain't won a chip. They won 1 chip in 25 years since Coach Cobb been there. I don't know how long he's been there, and people still show up. It's still
to the point about
him when Rondo was there, and he got coached by Mike Gillespie. People were still showing up. These are big programs.
It's not the same.
And cities
generating the same amount of money, man.
Who?
The schools, when they're winning and when they're losing, don't generate the same amount of money.
The TV deal's already signed, Drew.
Yeah, but they're not generating the same amount of money with everything.
The ACC has 10 bad schools, and they still got the lucrative deal. They got 10 bad schools in football, and they still got a great deal. There's only one team anytime soon that's going to make the Final Four in football, and that's Clemson. Nobody else even comes close. And these, when before Corona, these stadiums stay packed at Carolina.
They generate money.
But where does the money come from? The TV deal's already signed. We split this money up because Clemson goes to
ticket sales, arenas.
They all sell out. Lefty, they all sell out.
What are you talking about? They won the Division I teams like of NBA franchise.
They all sell out.
Franchises.
Listen, a Murray State sells as many tickets as a Kentucky as long as the stadium is the same size. As long as the arena is the same size, they will sell the same amount of tickets.
No, the price is not the same.
Of course the price is not the same. But the product is not the same either.
So when the price goes up, why does the price go up?
Why does the price go up,
ESPN.
Why does the price go up?
That's why ESPN gives the SEC a lucrative deal, and ESPN University gives the Iona Conference, the MAC, a deal.
Why does the price go up?
Well, there's a difference because of the product.
Why does the price go up?
Because of the product.
Who's producing?
But you can't pay one player only.
I didn't say one player, bro.
You can't pay one player.
The players that are generating the money for you to get to be able to raise your ticket sales. It's not going to be just one player, bro. That's obvious.
Well, if you go to what about if you go to Arizona where you're the only NBA prospect? Like not every school is Duke and Kentucky, Drew.
I know that.
So every kid, every kid in the scholarship gets paid, and every kid gets paid different. And Duke has only the great players.
I don't see nothing wrong with kids getting paid different.
What about if I'm Larry Johnson or Anthony Bennett going to UNLV? Then I'm the only one getting paid.
No, I don't see nothing wrong with them getting paid different at all.
Okay,
I don't see everybody getting paid at different pay scales. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all.
I think so.
Because there's different types of levels of players, which is obvious.
I think, but you're going. So a kid coming in as a freshman he's getting paid off expectation.
That's why they recruit them off expectation.
When you,
But every kid they recruit, listen, every kid they get isn't a top 10, top 5, top 20 player. They know this.
So why should you get paid when the D League is giving you $125,000 to come train with us?
I agree they should just get paid.
The G League is giving you $125,000. Come train with us.
That shit in the G League is not even 2 years old, bro.
Okay, but I hear you. But
they just started.
The same way the NBA got into the AAU bracket. They got the AAU tournament on TV. We didn't have it this year because of Corona. Last year they had the 11 and under, the 12 and under, the 13. I don't know if y'all watched. I watched.
Yes.
They had the 11 and under, 12 and under. Why? Because they want to tap into the AAU. So what they was planning on doing this year, and what they did last year, they had their own NBA AAU tournament, right? They had their own NBA tournament.
Yes.
You can watch these kids from the beginning, and that's taken away from AAU programs. So is it really taken away from the AAU program when the teams that they send to the NBA camps, to the NBA AAU, are the specially gifted ones? These AAU programs are still going to eat because this kid's still playing basketball, just like the college basketball. We're still going to watch the NCAA tournament. We don't watch it for Anthony Davis. We watch it college basketball because these kids are playing for free. They're playing because they're hungry, because it's their joy. NCAA tournament game, I don't care who plays. At the end of the game, it's mostly close. I don't care if Kentucky plays the 16th seed. Most of the time, they covering that. It's a 9-point game, 8-point game. You see teams winning 16 seeds, 15 seeds, because it's so much competitive in college basketball. Now, the great kids, they're giving an opportunity to go. Bell went overseas. The other kid went overseas. I forget the kid's name. But now they're saying that he's not that good.
I think every kid should get paid, man.
For you to get paid over expectation while nobody else in your school's getting paid in your basketball team.
Nah, but I'm not talking about nobody else getting paid. I'm not talking about nobody else getting paid.
But
I think everybody should get paid. Okay. I just don't think everybody is gonna, like, there's people that play in all these schools that we named that we don't even know.
Exactly.
And they was there for 4 years.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So obviously you're not gonna pay them the same way you're gonna pay. Okay, for example, you're not gonna pay Quinn Cook and Zion the same.
Which is crazy. Because
how is that crazy?
Quinn Cook generated more money for you. He went to 4 NCAA tournaments. He won 3 NCAA. He won 3 conference tournaments. That's 6 extra games. Like he generated so much more money for you.
Who else was there with him?
I bet you Zion generated more in 1 year than he did in those shit.
There's no way in the world that Zion generated more money for Duke than Grant Hill did in his 4, then Leitner did in his 4, then Quinn Cook did in his 4. Then there's no way.
Quinn Cook wasn't the Grant Hill or the Leitner on the team.
There's no way in the world that Zion generated more money for Duke than Rip Hamilton did at UConn. He did it 4 times. There's no way. It's
when Quinn Cook was at Duke. Who was Quinn Cook at Duke with?
There's no way.
Who was Quinn Cook at Duke with?
He went to 4 NCAA tournaments, Drew.
I know. I'm not arguing that. That team, obviously, but he wasn't the dog on that team.
But what I'm saying is that for 4 years, this kid was at your school. Let's make an example. He went to school with Zion, because Ingram stayed after 2. He went to school with Zion. Because you got Zion, you generated $3 million going to the NCAA tournament, all this. But because you had a good Quinn Cook who was good enough to take you to 4 NCAA tournaments, deep runs, you made 4 times that. 4 times that you made.
Yeah.
So why he don't deserve to get the same thing Zion made? Before Zion got here, I took you to 3 chips, 3 tournaments, which you already made $5 million.
Yeah, but you're a different level. You're a different type of player, bro. It's not the same.
My problem. Let's figure it out then, because that's what
it's the same way in the league. Everybody don't get paid the same in the league.
But Drew, okay, I understand you, but now
you're different levels of players.
But now you're a professional.
All right, but Zion and Quinn Cook are not the same tier of basketball players.
Now
And
you're
if you're trying to say they are, you're bugging.
no. Who's saying that? But now you're a professional. No, but you're talking to me. I'm combating your theory about who generates more money. When I know for a fact Quinn Cook in his 4 years generated more money than Zion.
No. The team that Quinn Cook was on, he wasn't the Zion of his team, which is why I'm saying Quinn Cook did not generate that money because it wasn't him. It was the team. Who was the dogs on that team? Who was they going to see? They wasn't going to see Quinn Cook. No disrespect, but they wasn't going to see him.
They're going to see Duke consistently though,
because of the studs they have.
They're going to see
role player, bro.
They're going to see Duke consistently though, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So again, I'm Quinn Cook, 4-year starter. I generated $15 million already for you.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Of course I did. I've been on
teams he was on.
I've been on 3 teams. I already played with lottery picks. I played with number 2 pick in Ingram. I don't know. I can't remember the dudes he played with because he played 4 years. I can't remember. I'm not saying Quinn Cook was ever good, but he generated so much more money for Duke than Zion ever will.
No, he didn't. The team he was on, I got you. He was with Jalil Okafor, who everybody was watching. That everybody was on. Arguably number 1 or 2 pick in the NBA draft that year. The spotlight was on him, right? That's who they was going to see. He was with Grayson Allen.
Like this is my personal beginning. I'm not telling you that.
All these kids that went to the NBA, bro.
But again, like I'm telling you, I'm the leader of my Duke team. Right? This is the point I made to you earlier. I led the team in points and assists the year before. Zion comes in, Barrett comes in, they making more money than I'm making. And I'm about to be a senior. And the basketball
level players, bro. That's how this basketball shit goes.
You don't see that being a problem?
No.
Of course. It's a locker room problem. These kids ain't pros. There's not what they signed up with. They don't got agents. Yeah, it's a problem. There's a problem with the pros.
I don't think so, bro. There's different levels to it. It's different tiers of ball players, bro. Everybody's not going to get the same thing.
At your job, where somebody else get paid is a problem to some people. Lefty, at your job, where somebody else gets paid, what they do and their job description is a problem to some people. What's the difference in college and NBA?
Because you get paid for what you do. Like in my job, listen, I'll give you an example. In my job, what a mechanic gets paid, what a foreman gets paid is not the same. Now, when a mechanic gets paid and a mechanic that welds gets paid, just because he has that certification, he gets an extra boost. So it depends what you do. It depends how much skill you bring to the trade. That determines how much you get paid.
I hear you, but my skill got you paid 4 times compared to this man's 1. My skill got you 4 times. My skill got you paid.
But when Quinn Cook came in,
and we only talking about school like Duke. And we only talking about school like Duke.
Listen, when he came in as a freshman, was he the basketball player Zion Williamson was as a freshman?
Well, of course not. But if you go to Duke and you're the starting point guard as a freshman, you did something right in high school.
Absolutely. He's a legend. He's solid. I'm not taking nothing away from Quinn Cook at all. What I'm saying is he's not generating the same amount of money as one of these kids is. The teams he was on generated that money. Yes, I'm not arguing that with you. And he was a factor on that team, but he's getting paid for the role he plays, bro.
Oh, at that time, but when you go to Duke, you a top 1, 2, 3 point guard in the class. It's not
so that he's gonna have the bag already.
No,
he
played there 4 years. Duke.
All right, but obviously,
so as far as generating money, Quinn Cook generated more money than Zion.
His team, the teams he played on.
And Christian Laettner and Bobby Hurley generate and Laettner generated more money, and Grant Hill generated more money than Elton Brand because they were there longer.
Absolutely,
they were there longer.
Absolutely,
and that's my,
and they won.
And now when you say generating money, like no, Quinn Cook also can generate money because these kids pack these colleges get packed anyway. People buy
Yeah,
their
but not how not like how when Zion went to college, bro. It's not the same. When you get these type of players, bro, it's not the same.
Drew, what's the difference, Drew? The difference is the media coverage. You can't pack no more kids in that arena than with Quinn Cook. You can't put more kids in there.
You sell more, you merch more, you
can't
do
put
on
more.
TV more.
You can't. No, Duke is on TV every night.
Of
Every
course,
Duke
but
game
when
is on
they got
TV.
these kids, they're not putting more games of these kids on.
Zion lost second round. Quinn Cook definitely generated more money than him. They didn't even make a deep run.
Career because of the teams he was on. I'm not arguing that with you.
But
the name Quinn Cook going to Duke did not do the same thing as the name Zion going to Duke.
Nobody's gonna say that. But now we're paying kids differently now, Drew.
You're getting paid for the role you play.
We get paid differently.
You get paid for your life. The role you play, your responsibility, your role, bro.
I'm the only stable thing in your system at Duke. Every year we're playing with the kid at Atlanta, Reddish. Next year I'm playing with this kid. The next year I'm playing with this kid, with Winston. The next year I'm playing with this kid. I'm the only constant point here. I'm the point guard. Every year I get surrounded with different players.
But why are you still there?
Because I'm not good enough to go pro.
Okay, so you're getting compensated for the
The NBA don't want me yet because when the NBA wants
you got 3 years of money built up from
exactly.
But listen, but you're paying Zion more.
He's out of here 1 year. He's
but
gone.
You got 3 years of money in your pocket from
so overall you make more.
But that's a problem that you're gonna pay Zion more than Quinn Cook.
That's not a problem because
how is that a problem?
It's a problem.
Of it.
Yo, Drew, again, like
you said yourself, Quinn Cook generates more over 3 years, 4 years than Zion did over 1, right?
No, but Zion is
playing with a bigger bag.
Quinn Cook is not making that money. The institution is.
How you know? If
no.
Came in as a high recruit.
No, again.
Quinn came in like Zion.
Again,
he's Zion money.
That's what I told them.
The institution is getting the money because I'm leading them into deep playoff runs, conference tournaments. We go into the finals in our conference tournament. That means we play an extra 4 games. That means we get more revenue. Now we go into the Elite 8, Final 4. Consistently for 3 years. We do that. And like I said, the only constant is a Quinn Cook. Because this is not can only talk about a Kentucky or a school like Duke where the kid stays there 4 years.
So what do you want? You want Cook to get paid like Zion? What do you want then? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that how do you think that's fair that Zion gets paid more than this than Quinn?
Because he's a different tier of ball player.
He's a
like at the next level.
Why? Because the NBA wants him?
No, because he is.
Because he is.
Because the media's gonna come and watch your school and bring more coverage.
No, because he's a better ball player. Much better ball player at a higher level.
For what? That's why he should get paid more than me? That I'm not as good?
Why not? Who told that?
In college. No.
I think every kid should get paid, bro.
Either you all get paid the same. We a family. We all make the same money. We all got $600 on our debit card. Let's say, for example,
even that works. That works.
You seen?
I think they should get paid.
But not one player gets more than the other. Only one player gets paid. That's why I'm still here.
I would agree to what you just said.
I'm still here.
Everybody gets paid the same. But they gotta get paid.
That's why I'm trying to keep a team together. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build something here. Everybody gets $600. Y'all niggas go shop. Y'all do this. Y'all do that. Y'all little PlayStation games. Buy online, but whatever y'all do, y'all get the same amount of money.
As long as they get money, and that don't sound bad.
I don't see a problem. When Bob was here, I can talk to you about why they don't get paid. Do I have a problem with it? Yeah, I got a problem with them not getting paid. Would I have a problem with one kid getting paid more than others? Yeah. Would I have a problem with the 12th man getting less than the 8th man? Yeah. I would have a problem with that. Yeah. Either you pay them all the same and you pay every sport.
And I agree.
And you pay every sport. You got to pay the girls football team and the girls volleyball team. They're on ESPN too.
Yeah, pay them.
Right now, I'm not saying here I'm not saying here saying I don't agree for them to get paid. I disagree with both what y'all think. And the more I talk about it, the more I can think about it and say you gotta pay everybody. And you gotta pay everybody the same. Get paid $500 on every kid's debit card. And then that can only work for the basketball season.
They already get paid.
If you paying them the same, I think it's good money. Because I just believe the kids should get paid. But there's no question that these high-level basketball players, football players, bring and generate more money for these universities. You cannot argue that.
The school's already institution. The players change every 4 years, Drew.
I know that.
Right.
And so does the money they generate, bro. When these schools are lit, that everybody's rocking their gear and you got merch selling crazy because that school is rocking, like when Michigan, where everybody in America had Michigan shorts.
Those schools, let me
didn't
say
get
something. Those schools aren't for everybody. Those schools, basketball and football, are for kids the right size, the right body, the right height, the right speed. Those schools aren't for everybody, Drew. Like, not everybody's going to Oklahoma to play wide receiver. Not everybody's going to Alabama to play linebacker.
There's levels to this shit,
these
bro.
are elite athletes, right?
Yes, there's levels to this.
And 2% of them are going pro.
Facts.
Okay. So let's not act like these kids are all gonna end up making money at the end of the day.
No, and that's why I think they.
So while we at school, we all make the same amount of money. Now, when you have the opportunity to go pro in your field, your field's gonna be basketball, my field's gonna be technology, my field's gonna be science. Then that's when you dictate how much money you get paid. And going into the NBA, you can't even dictate how much money you get paid.
No.
Where these other kids, they may be bidding for them in these fields, in the science field, in the technology field, and the app world field. They may have a bid for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so not all these kids are guaranteed to end up playing pro basketball.
No, I know that, but the ones that are like, and again, the 6 through 12, 7 through 12, 8 through 12, however you want to look at it, it's different.
And 90% of the schools is 1 through 12.
No, I understand that, but when you get these kids, I know that, and I'm not talking about that because, my nigga, the percentage of the kids that go to the NBA is small. The percentage of the kids that get drafted is smaller, and the percentage of the kids that stick is even smaller than that. I'm aware of this. That's why I say you should. These kids that come out of high school that are getting exploited need to get a piece of the pie, bro.
Well, they're exploiting.
That's how I feel.
These days, they're exploiting themselves.
Oh yeah, nowadays, more than anything, that's a fact.
They're the ones making the videos and looking for it.
Yeah, looking for it. And social media is getting people scholarships too.
Sooner or later, you got to prove it, though. Sooner or later, you got to prove it.
Exactly.
Go up against,
exactly.
You know exactly. Sooner or later, we got a kid in our city, man. We got a kid, Jelly Fan. He's on his third school right now. Like, social media gets you so far. So after you get to a point where it has to happen on the basketball court.
What hurt him was going to Iona, and then your man getting the job over there.
What hurt him is the shooting percentage.
No, Patino. Didn't Patino go to Iona?
Minnesota. He went to Minnesota first.
No, he coached. That's his son.
No, then was the coach at Minnesota. It still is.
And then, okay, now who's the coach at Iona?
I don't know, but he transferred there because he wasn't.
Patino.
No, Rick Pitino's not the coach at.
At Rick Iona.
Oh yes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
The Papa Rick took the job at Iona.
Dad.
But listen, that's at Iona. You got a better chance at playing, and you still didn't distinguish yourself.
I just think that this year,
they
hurt him.
Regardless, you weren't good enough to play in the Big Ten. You weren't good enough to play in the Big Ten. You weren't getting run in the Big Ten. Your shooting percentage doesn't lie. You shot 23% your first year, and your second year you shoot 19%. You got worse shooting the three. Your second year, and you can't get to the paint the way you want to. We play zone. It's not Dykeman. You're not special in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not special. And with all due respect, Jelly Fam got him ranked. You know, he went and did in Brooklyn, in the little camps and all that. But before that, he wasn't even a top 100 player. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, social media made it where it could have ruined his career. Because now you expect so much from the kid, and now he's at school.
Yeah, because he was expected to be in the NBA by now.
And if you can't shoot, then you don't got a job.
Yeah, if you can't shoot, it's over. Overseas, especially.
And that number doesn't lie. 23% from three. Your second year, you shoot 19. Now, I would think that you were in the gym trying to improve your jump shot. Now, maybe it's up here
Who knows?
for you to become a worse shooter.
Yeah. Something ain't right. He ain't comfortable. Something ain't right. But
He's not going in.
it is what it is. You already know. We've been here almost 2 hours. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all, fellas. It's always fun doing this. It's always fun. We started off with a top 5 and got into a whole bunch of other stuff. But you already know, man. Thank you, G. Thank you, Left. I appreciate y'all. Holla at your boy.
Left.
Yeah.
See you later, Lefty.
You already know.
Yes,
Backdrop left.
Backdrop left. All right, my nigga.
All right, man.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of What's the Word podcast. And I still think the kids should get paid. How? I don't know. Get them kids some money, man. You already know. I see you when I see you, unless I see you first.